Kirsche reacted to your reaction. Oh my god. Is that true? When was this? When was this? Kirsche reacted to your reaction to Tyler Oliviera's Kiryas Joel video. Oh my god, dude. 10 kids though, bro. Come on. That's a lot of kids. Yeah, I don't have 10 kids. Yet. Saturday. Okay. Well, yeah, no. So anyway, that was fun actually. Yo, Shorzy, thank you for the kicks. Julor, what's with the sideburns and the hats? The hats are nothing. They have no actual foundation in Jewish lore. It's just kind of like old garments that they wore in Europe, and they just still are very based on like traditional values in that regard, but that has no actual lore. The sideburns is because it literally states in the Bible, do not shave the corners of your head. That is a direct quote from the Bible. Do not shave the corners of your head. So these people take it to an extreme where they just literally have like super long sideburns. So that is the answer. Yep. All right, so hold up. Someone linked me. Where is this? Kirsche videos. Oh my god, dude. I can't believe Kirsche. So she must have spent like 2 hours watching my reaction. Bro, I love Kirsche. She's awesome. All right. Let's go to videos. Hold up. Nux, why do they hate the state of Israel? They hate the state of Israel because they believe that Jews will return to Israel when the Messiah shows up. And the Messiah, they say, did not show up yet, so therefore they did not return yet. All right, so where's her reaction to my reaction? Bro, I can't believe she actually reacted to my reaction of his video.
It's a medical facility, so there's lots of like doctor's offices. Okay.
Is this mostly for the Jewish community? Do I have to be Jewish to get healthcare?
Do not have to be Jewish.
Okay. Are most people here on like Medicaid?
A lot of patients are.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
She said a lot of patients are on Medicaid, which is in conflict with what they're telling me in the synagogue.
And they're having so many kids, Kiryas Joel's population doubled from 2010 to 2020.
Dude, base!
How many kids per
base!
does each family have out here?
Two and really unpredictable.
Base.
Carlac, thank you for those 5 gift blankets on cake, my guy. Thank you.
10?
Yeah,
How many do you have?
3.
3. Okay, that's pretty small for out here, right?
I'm still in the younger age.
How old are you?
27.
Okay, young man. What do people do for work out here?
Nux, you have one of those hats? No.
Work.
I do not have one of those giant fluffy hats.
Anyways, I gotta go work. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
what do you do for work, by the way?
I'm doing a few things. I'm driving buses.
Waiting for
I'm working
her
in a mechanic
reaction
shop.
to me.
I'm working.
Very excited to talk about this. All right, let's go. Let's go. The reactception.
And let's see. I might have to speed this one up because this is an hour, man. This is an hour, but I do want to hear. I do want to hear what Nux had to say.
YouTuber Tyler Oliviera releases full-length documentary on Kiryas Joel, a Jewish enclave in New York, living where 60% of residents receive welfare. There is an average of 7 children per woman. Oh my god. Nick Shirley would never do this.
I don't know why he needed to throw a dig in at Nick Shirley.
I do. Because this guy is a Pakistani Muslim that lives in the UK. His entire content is anti-Jewish and pressuring people into make anti-Jew content. That's why.
He's one guy.
Bro, dude!
And I feel...
Dude, this guy in my chat, in her chat, does Nux live there? Bro, what is this? What is going... No, I do not live in Kiryas Joel, okay? I don't. Okay, I do not. Bro. What is even going on here, man? Oh my god.
Like, you could even say he's just one...
Oh my god, it's a little commune of Jews. There's probably a Nux there. All the Jews are probably there, actually.
Goy, as it were. Like,
All the
why
guys.
would you need to dig at Nick Shirley for this? Like, they can both be doing something good.
True.
That's so weird.
True. There's no fraud. Adam from Pakistan, who lives in England, is very excited to talk about this. Obviously, we got other exciting people in the comments. Like
From Pakistan, lives in England, many such cases.
True. Yet the population growth level on 15 million. That's so weird. There were 15 million before World War II, and there's still 15 million. That's what happens when, a couple million are killed in the Holocaust, or whatever. Anyway, Yo, thanks for the 5,000 kicks. I'm not playing with this one. You will adore the lore on Lucas, the trickster space marine. His faction will shock you. You know what? I'm down. I'll do that at some point. Remind me. Funny thing is, I love Tyler Oliviera's content, and I'm very excited to watch his video on it. I just think that the narrative that other people are taking around this is honestly diabolical. Like, it's truly incredible. It's like Tyler Oliveira did what no mainstream investigative journalist or content creator would do for years of fears of being smeared as an anti-Semite. That's true, by the way.
That is true.
And I think that anyone just smearing this guy as an anti-Semite for investigating this community is honestly a terrible, terrible move. And
in addition to that, he was actually, like, very complimentary of their Hasidic Jew-only enclave. The problem is with the taking advantage of welfare system.
True.
And like,
right.
You can extrapolate that, and I think Tyler Oliveira is showing this off as a very good thing, because it's going to get more people questioning
the welfare state.
Right. That does look pretty good.
Yeah.
Why can't we have
exactly?
that?
She's right.
Right, like the welfare
She's so right.
advantage bad.
Straight facts.
But why can't we have what these Hasidic Jews have made?
Exactly.
Thank you, Tyler Olive Oil.
Straight facts. Hi. He's allowed to ask questions. He's allowed to do his investigations.
Nux is joking about Nick Shirley. Nux didn't say that. It was the fucking post. Nux wasn't joking about fucking Nick Shirley. That wasn't Nux saying that. That was the Twitter post on screen. The people that Nux is calling out for being weird about it. So, it was a joke, source dude. It was not a joke. That guy was being completely serious. Yeah. And Nux was making fun of him for it.
Yes! Dude, base! Dude, she's awesome.
Allowed to take that to whatever, extreme they actually want, I guess, as long as it's legal. It's easy to crap on Somalis gaming the American welfare system, but are you brave enough to call out the Jews doing the same? Except the Jews aren't doing the same. The Somalis are literally committing fraud.
Yes.
I mean, like, there's like unbelievable levels of difference, and
that's exactly what I said as well. I'm glad Nux in the video form agrees with me.
Wild how people like to lose the forest for the trees here. All right, now I have plenty of criticisms for the Satmar Hasidic community in Kiryas Joel.
True.
All right. Listen, I came all the way out of the Jew tunnels for this reaction. All right, I'm not gonna lie. However, the Somalis committed around $18 billion of fraud in Minnesota. That's one. Two, they're being imported to steal and rig elections. That's also important.
Yep.
And three, they're foreigners. They're foreigners that are coming here now or within the last decade, some legally, some illegally in doing this. The Jews in Kiryas Joel have been here for 3-4 generations.
And even some of the ones coming here legally, they're defrauding the system.
Yeah.
So it's only like technically illegal until we find out how they lied. Like Ilhan Omar.
True!
Avendry, thank you for the Canadians. Welfare is everywhere. Government needs to update old law with loopholes, but they're not blowing up and burning down churches, so you would worry about the bigger problems first. Yeah, this is exactly what I said. It's like it's a tier here. We got to take care of the more vicious shit first. But yeah, close these fucking loopholes at some point. Man.
Agreed! Dude, she's so based!
Needing reform. Yeah. No.
Now, I would argue that they are definitely not as native to America as, let's say, white Christians. However, comparing them to the Somalis that are being imported, literally that are committing unbelievable acts of fraud and scammery, and also with 81% of them on welfare, they said 60% are on welfare, but that's including children on these lists also. If you look at the actual stats, I'm going to give you a whole deep dive as we go, and it's going to be awesome. All right, so again, I know that some people in my audience are probably going to call him an anti-Semite, and I don't think that's the case. He has every right to do his investigation. We're going to watch the video together.
It's really telling who would call Tyler an anti-Semite
True.
over this, because again, he was very positive about their high-trust ethnic enclave. He said that it looked like a nice place, that it was clean. They had the cell phone vending machines. Right? Like, he was being very positive.
No
about
drugs,
it.
no violence.
The problem was with, hey,
Just a lot of big heads.
why is there so much welfare abuse here?
True.
Right. And it's not, again, like Nux also said, and I said earlier, it's not people defrauding the system.
It's a
taking
terrible
advantage
system.
of loopholes that are there. So it's completely legal, but it's kind of scummy if you're expected to be completely honest about what you're taking from the system. And by the way that they answer these questions, it appears that they know is kind of scummy.
Yeah.
Trusting Tyler after finding out his mom had an OnlyFans from your Indian friend. Wait, I can't tell if you're joking or not.
And I'm sure that a lot of people are gonna, take it the other way around and be like, well, I really hate when Jews are rich, but I also really hate when Jews are poor. And that's also totally valid, because here we believe in freedom of speech and we believe in investigation.
I'm just gonna watch Kirsche's reaction to my intro. Once we actually get to the video, I'm gonna stop.
You have the courage to hate the rich, but what about the courage to hate the poor?
Exactly! And coming to the conclusions and the truth. So I'm actually really happy he made this video, and I'm excited to see what this is all about. It's gonna be sick. Just looking at the info he's putting out here, though, a lot of it is definitely misleading, but I'm sure we're gonna talk about it as it goes on. Like, for example, it says they speak primarily Yiddish, which is true. However, they all speak English. Unlike the Somalis, where only...
Yeah, I was wrong about this, by the way. They don't all speak English. Majority do, but there are some that literally don't.
50% of them speak English. All of the Hasidic Jews speak English. Even though Yiddish is their primary language, they all speak English.
I'm gonna stop him there, because there was that one guy in the video that claimed he could not speak English.
True.
Again, he might just have been lying because he didn't want to have a conversation. But
See, I have never met, and I've met a bunch of Hasidic Jews. I've never met a Hasidic Jew that didn't speak English. I've never met one. So I guess that was just my personal opinion, but I'm sure that somewhere.
Said it. And that's when I went on my, well, if you're going to live in America, you should speak fucking English kind of.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Bro was like, it's very possible that he was lying. It's very possible, which is why I've said that a bunch of times. But he still claimed it, and if he's gonna claim it, you have to talk about it, right?
Yeah, it is possible that they just literally said no English as a lie to not need to talk to this guy. That's, I guess, possible. I don't know.
40 to 60% receiving SNAP assistance, which is the actual law, right, for families that have tons of children. All right, we could get into debates of specific things as we go, whatever. But like, per capita income is $13,000 per year. Wow, that really is extremely low. Except the median age is 15 years old. So like, when you actually look at the stats, it's like true. But 60% of the community is children. So per capita, 13,000 is not high, but 60% is children. So that comes out to per capita for adults, it comes way closer to 35,000, which again, it's not like an incredibly high earning community, but that is not nearly as bad. Anyway,
that's too much number for my brain, so I'm just going to nod.
And we could keep going. We could keep talking about it. They also send their kids to private schools instead of being a drain on the taxpayer in that regard. And it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. So here we are. We're going to do the react. We're going to do our best. We're going to overanalyze the Jew invasion of New York. Maybe we'll come to the conclusion. We'll figure out what they're doing in those tunnels after all. But I do...
Children are counted for per capita. You can still work at 15. So I'm imagining they're working. They have minimum wage jobs, or they're just working for their family and they're not reporting income. And that's another way that you can claim that your income is lower than it actually is if you're getting paid in cash. Which I mean, I'm not gonna like shit on people for evading taxes because like based. But
no, I mean fair.
If you're doing that,
no, I'm sure that some people are probably scamming the government in some way. In regards to, not declaring certain things on taxes, that's literally everyone.
In order to take advantage of like welfare from other people to have even more income, that's kind of fucked. That's kind of fucked. Because it's like, I'd be all for someone being paid in cash to not pay taxes. But if you're being paid in cash, not only to not pay taxes, but also to take advantage of welfare, that's really scummy. That's really scummy, and that's really bad. Right.
Yeah, I agree.
With my income,
I completely agree.
If I figured out a way to not have to pay taxes, which would be literally fucking impossible.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
The IRS would literally bowl down my bunker.
They would kill me.
All of the cats and then hold me at gunpoint.
Mm.
I pay way too much taxes to do that. But if I were to figure out a way to pay no taxes, if I then went to like try and get welfare because on paper I am impoverished, I would be a shitty person.
Mm.
I want to say one thing, and in this I completely agree with Tyler Oliviera. If these Hasidic Jews can live exclusively in their own Jewish ethno-state, now, to be clear, anyone's able to move there. Most people just don't want to live there. It's not like no one's allowed to move there. So, again, it's a misleading terminology, but I get his point.
No, I feel like that's a bad argument, because, like, yeah, anyone can move there, but if the entire community is going to be hostile to you because you are not
Well, I mean, there were a bunch of Mexicans living there in his video.
And why would you want to live around people who would consider you an outsider entirely? Like, they've created this ethnic enclave.
That's
and
true.
It's going to stay there.
It's true that people won't want to move there. However, they could move there. It's not an ethno-state. It's just a bad term.
That way, by its very nature. And again, that would be fine. I just think that if we had actual freedom of association, anyone could do this.
I agree with her.
And no one would care.
For sure.
Right? That would be the idea.
No. The point is, anyone can move there. The point that I was making wasn't that people would want to. No one would want to. I don't want to. The reality is anyone could. Again, this is just a very nitpick.
If you want to live in some ethnic enclave in the U.S., as long as you're speaking English and you're working and you're contributing, that shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be. We're not saying you can't come here. We're just saying we'll make you miserable if you're not Jewish. Roadkill VT, thank you. Children are on the sunshine.
I don't know.
Congress.
Bro, the Hasidic Jewish mafia. You don't want to mess with them.
Does it? I don't know. Massive Doge, thank you. What if you hire the one guy who abuses the loopholes the most to a government position committed to finding welfare loopholes with very strict supervision? That sounds like it could get very buttery very fast. He's making a pedophile joke? What?
What?
Hasidic Jews have been throwing stones at non-Jews wherever they are.
Bro!
To do that, especially in Israel, and are on video.
Bro, dude.
Then why can't
No,
white
that's
people do it?
a whole different story. First of all, that is not happening in Kiryas Joel. All right. Second of all, that was caught on video for Hasidic Jews throwing rocks at cars that were driving in their community on the Sabbath, where they say you're not allowed to drive cars on the Sabbath, and that's their form of protest, that they throw rocks, and it's unacceptable, don't get me wrong. But that specifically actually was throwing rocks at Jews. All right, to be clear, what they're talking about is Hasidic Jews throwing rocks at also Jews. They don't just go around throwing rocks at the Goyim in Arkansas. And this is what I have to say, that he is completely and utterly correct. If white people want to build a white Christian I mean, they didn't throw stones at Tyler.
community, and white Christians decide to move there, and they don't want other people that aren't white Christians in that community, I see zero issue with it whatsoever, and it is disgusting that everyone keeps pushing this slop about how, no, actually, we need multiculturalism.
It's also just like, again, why would you want to live around people who don't want you there? It was like the same thing when it came to like the Colorado baker, and the gay people were like, you bake our cake, you bigot. It's like, why would you want, right? Like, they obviously did it for attention and possibly money because they would expect a payout for a discrimination lawsuit. But like, why would you go to someone that you know is not accepting of your lifestyle and say, I need you to bake me a cake for one of the most important days of my life? Like, that's just fucking stupid. That's just dumb.
Abuse of power.
Powder. Do you think they would sell you a tiny hat as a souvenir so you can secure a 0% interest loan? Bro, I wanted one of their fucking fuzzy hats, but apparently they're like $8,000.
Listen, first of all, they're not little fuzzy hats. They're very big fuzzy hats. Okay, they're big and they're heavy.
$1,500. I was like, yeah, I could buy one of those. And then he said, $8,000.
But there are many different kinds of them. They're not all the same. Oh my God.
I'm not gonna pay that.
By the way, I have worn them before. All right, I've met people. Of course, I've had to try it on, obviously. And they are heavy. They are very heavy, actually. But they're pretty cool. They're actually pretty cool.
for your hat? I bet I could get like one of the ushankas from Russia for like $500. Just saying people can spit in and or poison food. It's just like it doesn't make sense. If people want to make some sort of enclave like that black enclave in Georgia, I wouldn't live there, not because they still haven't built anything in the last 10 years, but they clearly wouldn't want me there as a white person.
Oh,
so
God.
why would I try to live there? It wouldn't make any sense.
We need to drop a Somali community in middle of Minnesota. So in this regard, he's right. And these are definitely not the Jews that are voting for multiculturalism. I could promise you that. These guys are not woke. They are mega not woke. They're Amish levels of not woke.
All right, we had to do some research real quick. All right, so how expensive is the average shtreimel? A shtreimel, also spelled shtreimel, is the fur hat worn by married men in many Hasidic Jewish communities, typically on Shabbat, holidays, special occasions. It's made from real fur, often sable, marten, fox, or similar, using many animal tails. Very awesome. The authentic ones are handmade luxury items. Average price is price range from 1 to 6 to 8,000. Oh my God. More recent reports mention higher end example 10 to 14,000. Bro. And Kirsche doesn't know that, but they will turn her into a shtreimel one day.
Yeah,
Now-
as far as we know, like they overwhelmingly
Oh
voted
my
for
God.
Trump as well. So
In New York specifically, anti-Semitism, even though I hate that word at this point, is on the rise. And by that, I don't mean people saying weird names or talking about how the Jews are controlling the universe and stuff like that. I mean, like, there's actual violence. Like, this was a Jewish school bus going to a Jewish private school. That was someone threw a rock into the window and shattered a girl's skull, an 8-year-old girl's
Jesus
skull
fuck,
in this bus. For example, there were, synagogues burnt down. You have people chanting the pro-Hamas.
yeah, I'm not really surprised that when we import en masse people from the sandbox countries that hate the Jews to our country, attacks against Jewish people increase. Like that just seems like a 2 + 2 = 4 kind of thing. Like, obviously, if you import the people that think it's okay to murder Jews, Jews are going to get attacked more often. Like,
True.
Maybe we shouldn't have. VG Justice, thank you. Making a donation towards the Fox. You're getting a fluffy hat. Thank you. These people could do math. They'd be offended. It's literally basic math.
Yeah.
Stuff like on the streets, a terrorist organization that directly says they want to kill Jews.
But dear Nuxu, it's just like when the ANC chants "Kill the Boer." You know, it's not
Which is also
actually
bad.
advocating for killing them
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
It's just a catchy political chant. They don't actually want to kill the Jews
Yeah.
yet. Silly.
Yeah, true. My bad.
So that's them directly chanting support for a terrorist organization in a predominantly Jewish community. And as you can see, there is a Hasidic Jew in this crowd of the Satmar community, which is the Kiryas Joel area that we are going to be talking
There
about.
it is.
Because those guys are incredibly anti-Zionist, wildly anti-Zionist Jews. So anyway, I'm very excited to do this deep dive. Again, I'm
Teach
going into
me
this
about
with the
the different
perspective of
Jews.
this is journalism, and I'm excited to see what he has to say. I do believe there is definitely valid criticism to be leveled here, but I also think that something very exciting, this completely debunks the entire leftoid narrative that, the reason why certain ghetto communities are violent is because they're poor. Well, that is a lie, because this community...
I love when they mention socioeconomic factors.
True.
Having grown up with such a specimen as my
True.
mother, I love the socioeconomic.
Well, the reason why there's so much gang violence is socioeconomic factors. Meanwhile, you have these Jews that are all on welfare. Zero violence, aside from car accidents.
Factor line of thinking. It's so fucking funny to me. Avendry, thank you. Lightbulb head sandbox people need to get the fuck out. Dwimrel, thank you. Rick Moranis was attacked in New York recently. Is that the Honey I Shrunk the Kids guy? I'm having deja vu right now. I feel like this man was mentioned previously and I asked the same question. Yes? Holy shit! Holy, my memory's working. Thank you. Girugamesh, thank you. Jew-on-Jew violence over money. Damn, this is hilarious. What do you mean?
Is relatively poor, and there is no violence. It is considered basically the safest, least violent area in the country. All right.
Yeah, but don't.
So, I mean,
don't talk about why.
So that puts that whole thing to rest. I guess it really is culture or something. But I wouldn't go that far because that's obviously extreme.
Kirsche remembers
so, all right,
the actor. What the fuck? I don't know how I remember him. Hamas. I'm glad he had the same reaction I did.
Hasidic Jew that knows nothing about like the internet world. You work for Hamas? You're asking these questions? Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh,
are you Goyim or Hamas? Reveal yourself.
This is gonna be sick.
I don't want my kids should play in the house of a secular guy.
This is
I love that
Joel.
song though.
I mean, do you want your kids to play in a house with guys that are teaching them about trans shit and whatever? I mean, like, I'm gonna play devil's advocate the entire time. I feel like, because while I am not Hasidic, for very obvious reasons,
I'd be like, well, my son can go and play at your house as long as you don't steal his foreskin, okay? Like, as long as we're clear about that, like, you know, I'd rather him play at your house than you know the liberals down the street.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not familiar with a lot of cases of random Hasidic Jews breaking into other people's houses and stealing their foreskins. I don't know if that's a thing, but if it is, that would be pretty terrifying. I could say with certainty that a lot of people just don't know anything about these guys. So I feel like I'm going to end up defending them a lot. But I'm also going to be defending Tyler a lot because I'm seeing a lot of people in like Jewish communities slamming him for being an anti-Semite for this.
Board DevOps, thank you for the
thank you for the nice words? Question mark. Roadkill VT, thank you. House representative seats are distributed by proportion derived from the census. Children are counted in this number. So are illegals in the census.
All right. Anyway, moving on. We gotta talk about other things. All right. We gotta talk about other things. David stole 200 foreskins from the Philistines. No. David claimed 200 foreskins as trophies from the Philistines. Not the same thing. Not the same thing at all. That was not thievery. They were already dead. So actually, you're wrong. L plus bozo.